Automated billing, how it works and how it helps. As I mentioned in the write-up, I think the obvious thing is the efficiency. But I think the extent of the efficiency is what I feel like I need to stress here, because it is extreme in terms of what it will do for you and for your firm if you start moving to a more automated billing model. In my own case, I mentioned this in the write-up. I've gone to the extreme end of this, where everything is on subscription, everything is flat fee. I don't track time, I don't bill hourly ever, and so there is no billing process for me. It's very simple. The client's card that I have on account gets charged every month, same amount goes into my bank account, and then we just focus on getting the work done, and we don't have to spend all that time billing and doing things. Now, assuming you're not ready to go quite that far with it, there are things you can do, and there's an automatic billing feature in BQE's core that you can use to help dramatically speed up the efficiency over whatever it is that you might be doing now. Now, I'm going to start with the most complicated case, which is where you're still billing by the hour, because as long as you're billing by the hour, then you have to approve time and expenses before they can be billed back to the client to make sure they're accurate. Unless, of course, and I mentioned this in the write-up too, you have a situation where you feel like your employees are mature and can be trusted, so that you can rely a little bit more so on them submitting time and expense entries that are accurate, that don't need such scrutiny. And if that's the case, and the bottom line is, rather than having to review the time and the expenses and then review the billing before it goes out, which are 3 stopping points, we can do it just once on the billing review. And here's how we get that done with the automatic billing in BQE's core. I'm already inside of an engagement I went to, Dynamic Automotive. And over here we have the contract type. So it's already established here that this is an hourly contract. Next, we'll want to go to our billing options. And here's where we can enable automatic billing, right? And we can set the frequency. Let's say it's monthly. Let's say the start date is today. And the frequency is monthly. We're saying essentially it's going to be based on the 3rd. We assign the biller Scott. So Scott's going to review the billing once the automatic billing kicks in, and it will create the bills, and then Scott will review it. The process mode is manual, right? I can even automate this by saying automatically process these. Right? So either way, I can even further automate and increase efficiency by even putting the processing to an automatic mode. Now, before you do this, the other thing that's important to know how to do in here, and I think this is the real key to this, especially for an hourly contract, is over here under Rules and Contacts. We'll want to add a rule, and we'll want to say auto-approve expense entries and auto-approve time entries. And then I'll click Add. Now this will do the obvious. It will automatically approve these entries, so that will pretty much go straight to billing review in a setup like this, where Scott will just need to take a look at the invoices and give it one look and make sure that there's no time or expenses that are in there that shouldn't be, and then click the button to send it off to the client. So it might have taken a couple of hours a month is reduced to maybe 15 minutes. Literally, because we're relying on our employees a little bit more. We're expecting them to be mature and responsible and submit expenses and time that are legitimate. And in our ability to rely on that, we're substantially increasing our efficiency, because now Scott only has to take one quick look, review the billing. If something doesn't look right, of course, he can kick it back and hold off on sending them out. But otherwise, and hopefully for the most part, at that point, he can click a button, send the invoices out, and be done with it. So less time needs to be spent on billing, which frees up more time to be spent on actual billable activities, because the billing itself is not billable, right? So you probably increase your utilization by doing something like this anyway. That, my friends, is automated billing, how to do it, and how it helps.